It's Monday, August 11th. I'm meteorologist Kalin Mitchell here in the CTV News Atlantic Weather Center with an update for you. I do want to begin by talking about weather conditions around the Oldfield fire. That is the wildfire that is ongoing to the north of Miramichi. You can actually see here on satellite imagery smoke coming off of that wildfire, drifting generally at first a little bit towards the east before turning southerly. There's a reason for that. It has to do with the winds. Talk more about that in a moment. But it's basically hot and dry conditions to start off this week. So that's, of course, adverse for combating things such as wildfires. The winds themselves near the surface are mostly out of the southwest for today, sustained around 10 to 15 kilometers per hour with a few occasional gusts getting up close to 20. It's not a strong wind by our standards here in the Maritimes, but still breezier than you would like. You'd like a stiller wind than that when combating a wildfire. It is forecast later this evening and tonight to diminish a little bit. The sustained wind speeds coming down to the range of around 5 to 10 kilometers per hour. So that southwest wind initially drifts some of the surface smoke a little bit further towards the east, but the wind direction changes as you get aloft. It becomes a northwest wind, and that's why as that smoke rises, it starts to get directed a little bit more towards the south, a little bit more down towards the Bay of Chaleur. Now, Environment Canada does say that in the vicinity of any wildfire smoke near the surface from this wildfire, the air quality index is 6 today. So that's a moderate risk for health impacts from the presence of that wildfire smoke. Other parts of the Maritimes today still seeing a very faint, thin, high haze from wildfire smoke produced by the Western Canadian wildfires. Mentioned that it's hot today and around the Miramichi area. While it's true across large parts of the Maritimes, will be true all the way through Wednesday. Heat warnings in effect for much of the region. A lot of high temperatures coming up between 29 and 35 degrees through Wednesday, feeling at times 33 to 43 with the humidex, and the overnight low temperatures, well, they're not going to be that low, mostly high teens and low 20s, so very warm, stuffy nights ahead. No precipitation in the forecast, unfortunately, for the start of this week. Just all of that heat. If you're looking for areas where temperatures are going to be a little bit more moderate, parts of the Atlantic coastline of Nova Scotia and the Bay of Fundy coastline in New Brunswick over the next couple of days, that prevailing southwest wind will keep temperatures on those direct coastal areas a little bit more moderate. I mentioned the nights are going to be very, very warm, and most of the low temperatures tonight in the Maritimes no cooler than the range of around 16 to 21 degrees. And more hot weather in the forecast for Tuesday. High temperatures for many areas in New Brunswick between around 30 and 35 degrees, low 30s in Prince Edward Island, high 20s and low 30s for most of Nova Scotia, the exception being, again, for some of those coastal areas. We're also looking for rain in the forecast. It does look like on Thursday a cold front will break the heat for the Maritimes with a round of showers and a risk of thunderstorms. Unfortunately for Thursday, it very much just looks like it's mostly going to be showers right now with rainfall amounts from a few to several millimeters, and that is not the more widespread, significant soaking rain that we really need at this point in time. You can find news and weather updates anytime at ctvnewsatlantic.ca.